Hey guys, Matt from Australian Pipelining Supplies. Just going to run through our procedure with our gully packer. There's a little bit of a slightly different application with it, not too much, but I'm not going to wet this one out. I'm just going to show you guys how we put the liner on and how to use our new trap leader, which will help you push it into position. So basically, the main difference with this packer, as opposed to your regular 100mm packer, is the size. You can see the 4-inch standard packer is that size, and this is the gully packer. So it's a lot smaller in diameter, which is great because it allows you to get into tighter positions. So if you've got scenarios where you might have back-to-back bends, like 90s or stuff like that, it's not just for gullies. Like it'll really get you out of trouble with your 100mm patching. Some scenarios where your regular packer might not be able to fit in that position, this one here will go straight in. So basically, different liner. The liner we use with this is Bravo Liner's 70-100 liner, as you can see here. It's actually quite a small liner, and it's designed to stretch. So it is actually designed to grow, up to 100mm. So scenarios that are pretty common, here in Sydney, for like stormwater, for example, this is the liner you'd use for 90mm stormwater, or anything below that. So your packer's got an eyelet in the end. So if you're going to pull your packer in, then that is what you would do that from. What we're going to do today is actually use the new trap leader. So I'm just going to unscrew this. And this guy here is our trap leader. So that basically has been designed so that you can push it into position. You can push it into your gully, and it will sort of steer it wherever it needs to go, around bends, blah blah, whatever. Okay, so some packer tube. So same again, 100mm packer tube. If I was going to be doing a 100mm gully, I'd be using 100mm packer tube. With this packer here, you will only use a 100mm packer tube. You won't need the 150mm stuff. So I've actually just tied a knot in one end here. As I said, very similar to the way you guys would be doing your regular 4-inch packers. The main difference here is in the way that we actually wet our liner out with resin. And it's actually probably a bit easier. I'm just going to fasten this on here. When you're fastening your packer tube on as well, you don't necessarily want it to be too tight. You've got to think, if your packer's going to be growing from that diameter out to 100mm, if this plastic's on there tight, it's going to want to tear somewhere, so just keep it reasonably loose. You don't have to fasten it at both ends and make it real tight in between. So again, all this stuff is really on there for is just to stop your resin from sticking to your packer. These packers respond really well to a silicone spray. So again, same as your other packer, just give it a good coat before or after you use it. Stick it straight into some packer tube, and it's good to go for next time. Okay, so with this one here, we're actually going to turn the liner inside out. So at the moment, the plastic's on the outside. We're going to invert this liner. Carry on. Okay, so there's the liner. So the woven fabric now on the outside, the plastic on the inside there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull this liner onto the packer now. So normally when you're patching, obviously you guys would know you wet the liner out, pull it on your packer. This one here we're going to pull onto the packer and then we would wet it out. Good idea too. If you do have elastic bands when you're patching at your contact points, just get rid of them because the resin will actually stick to that. You'll occasionally get the old elastic band hanging down in your pipe and your finished product. Just going to trim this liner up a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to put a nick in the end here, which is where we'll put our trap leader. Literally just screws in. And that's pretty much that. You can put a bit of duct tape around there if you want, just to stop resin getting on any of your packer, but you don't really need to. So yeah, the process for this packer, obviously you want to have a rope in the back always. So just fasten that on. Put your airline there, tape that up. Resin, again, your 2-part silicate. A and B, pour A into B just like the other packer. Shake it up really well. Put a generous coating of resin on your packer. But really make sure you coat this one a lot because as it stretches, the resin will want to thin out. The liner will thin out. So just put enough resin on there to sort of compensate for that. And that's pretty much it. Once you've done that, you're in. So you connect your airline exactly like your other packer, put that into position and straight in. And we'll just cut over to one we did a little while ago. This is a pretty typical gully patch. So you can see the finish there is impeccable. And it's a testament really to the liner and the packer. The combination of them both gives you that result. We've tried it with a different liner, same packer, no good. We've tried it with a different packer, same liner, no good. So it really comes down to using the right tools for the right job. And that's patching.